And I'm back. I want to emphasize that we have two locations for fun today. So if you're joining us here at the town hall,
Are you DCAT?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Bubbles. Great.
I was just about to say, we're going to the gym.
okay, third time's the charm. As we wrap up our events here, we're going to be taking a pride walk all together down to the Peabody Library.
Thank you. More whiskey? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to think. I like it. Yeah, I need to check my I do have to say, you put hands rather than
All right.
I really like your. Yeah, these are my rice.
I like it. Yeah, I like those too.
What can we do to get you over the phenomenal? I need some lunch.
Hey, David. Thanks for coming today.
I remember when
I did too.
when they had the late
Were you nervous? I thought I saw you.
one lady.
Jen is walking over now. Catastrophic. Jen Breaker, she's over here, so she's coming.
Anyone else? These are fantastic.
You too.
Campaign ribbon on the Army flag.
Been busy, huh? Pride events everywhere. Right? From one to state is it? Do we have all right.
Are you the Salem News?
I am trying.
Michelle.
Relax a little. Good. Glad you could make it today. Wave at you excitedly or blow up. I was gonna say, I'm sorry, back.
What about some
That'd be good if I was snuck in the truck. So let me
Yes.
That's the ride. No, not necessarily the longest drive. That's right up the middle. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Unless it's something that you know,
Oh,
it's the whole, well, we're on Route 1.
yeah.
There are two holes in the right, and there's one right in front of you that goes up the hill and over. And there's a pond. It's awful, right?
Yes. Oh, okay. There's the pond. You don't know. You're shooting
That's
over
right.
the hill.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I've got over here.
Oh, okay.
I've even gotten you the pond,
Yeah.
but I wasn't quite up there. Yes.
They're not very good. Matthew's got no grip.
Good to see enthusiasm and fun, you know?
All right, everybody. The sound system number 2 is back up and running. So I want to welcome you all to Danvers Town Hall for Danvers Pride. Let's make some noise. Yes. All right, as we get things started, I'm so glad to see that you all have some swag with you. I see ribbons and necklaces and bubbles. So if you want any of those things, or if you want some tambourines to make noise, just come on up to this table and take whatever you want for you and your folks, all right? So I also want to call your attention to our table up front. We have a gift basket that's part of the raffle down at the festival on the library lawn. So I have a couple of trivia questions for you to find out if your Pride knowledge is showing up for you today. And if you are the winner of our trivia, if you know the answer to the trivia question, you're going to win a free raffle ticket to enter the raffle down at the Human Rights and Inclusion Committee table at the library lawn, where you can enter to win many gifts from vendors and businesses all over Danvers and Beverly and the North Shore. So I have a couple of tickets to give away, and here as an example of such a thing that you could win in the raffle is a basket from the Natural Dog, just right down the street. So here's our first question. All right, this is a little history question for all you history buffs out there. Which U.S. president officially declared June as Pride Month? Was it A, Bill Clinton, B, George W. Bush, or C, Barack Obama? Let me see a hand raise. Who knows it? That's right, it's A, Bill Clinton. Come on up for a raffle ticket. Great. Hang on to that and bring that down to the library lawn where you can go to the Human Rights and Inclusion table. You can enter to win and you can buy some raffle tickets there. All the proceeds are going to go to benefit the PRISM group at the Danvers High School for LGBTQIA+ youth and their allies. So next history question. In what year and city did the Stonewall riots occur? Was it A, 1965 in Los Angeles, B, 1967 in Chicago, or C, 1969 in New York City? Oh, I saw a hand go up right over there. C, New York City, 1969. That's right. The origin of pride. Come on up for your raffle ticket. Come on up, you're a winner. All right. Next, I'm going to move into some entertainment questions for all of you folks who like to stay abreast of those things. So, which film about a young black gay man won the Best Picture at the Oscars in 2017? Raise your hand once you know it. Is it A, The Danish Girl, B, Moonlight, or C, Call Me By Your Name? Oh, I saw a hand go right up over here. Which one?
Moonlight.
Moonlight, you got it. All right, come on up for a raffle ticket. Here you go. Excellent. All right, another entertainment question for you. Still about the Oscars. I was on a little Oscars roll with this trivia today. Which actor and singer was the first openly gay man to host the Oscars? Was it A, Neil Patrick Harris, B, Billy Porter, or C, RuPaul?
Host the Oscars.
A, Neil Patrick Harris, yes, hosted the Oscars. First openly gay man to do so. Come on up, you get a raffle ticket. Thank you, thank you. All right, I've got just a few more, then we're going to kick things off. So this is for the sports fans in the crowd. Which U.S. women's soccer star who is openly lesbian won the Golden Boot and Golden Ball at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup? Was it A, Alex Morgan, B, Abby Wambach, or C, Megan Rapinoe? Raise your hand if you have a guess or you know it. In the pink? Yes, it's C, Megan Rapinoe. Come on up, you got a raffle ticket.
I think of your mother's father, that's because you like that.
Right.
Isn't that funny? I do. And I miss seeing him. No, I just every so often. Yeah.
Okay, I have a raffle ticket.
You're not forgotten.
Thank you so much, Douglas and Rob and David. Let's give them a round of applause, please. All right, if you had fun with trivia now, there'll be a little bit more trivia later. There'll be drag queen story hour later. There'll be the raffle prizes being given away later, so come on down to the library lawn. But in the meanwhile, let's get things started here at Town Hall. So let's do a little, let's see, let me look at the time. Okay. Let me ask you to do a little warm up with me. When I say Danvers, you say pride. Danvers. Pride. Danvers. Pride. When I say pride, you say power. Pride. Power. Pride. Power. When I say love, you say loud. Love. Loud. Love. Loud. Awesome. Welcome. My name is the Reverend Carol Barshow. I serve as the minister at the North Shore UU Church in Danvers, and it's my honor to be your host for today's event. I use she and they pronouns. Our welcome today is going to be offered by the chair of the Human Rights and Inclusion Committee, Paul Pollock. Come on up, Paul.
I said the same
Say
thing.
it.
It's dignified.
Notice I'm not even going to take a chance on lifting this thing. Welcome, please, welcome. Can you hear me now? Welcome to our, I believe, 14th annual Pride Raising ceremony in front of Town Hall. It's hard to believe it's been 14 years. My sole responsibility right now is to introduce those in the town that help us organize and do all the things that we do throughout the year. We have 4 or 5 major events, and it's all supported by members of the community, the public, town hall, the select board, etc. So we appreciate all that help, and the first person I want to just recognize, she'll come up later on and introduce herself, talk to you. Jill Cahill, our new town manager. Assistant town manager, Jen Breaker. And Jen helps me quite a bit when I can't see the chair or the town manager. It gets me through all the stuff that I have to get through to get an event going. Now, school board members are here also. First, I'd like to introduce Superintendent Dan Bauer, here, and a member of the school committee, Mike Shannon. Next, Chairwoman of the Select Board, Maureen Bernard. Select Board Member Gardner Trask. Library Board Member Julie Curtis. Am I missing anybody, Julie, or are we all right now?
It's Julie.
Julie, I know. Is there anyone in any other library board members that I didn't see?
Noah Lemon is here, but he might have gone back to the line.
Okay, thank you. Noah Levitt. Someone who's always here, Senator Joan Lovely. Joan will be making a presentation later to the Honorable David Mills. David Mills is here too. Many, many thanks to the police department, Chief Jamie Lovell, and his staff. When I say this, I say it all the time. You can't believe how much they help us. You just cannot believe what a big help they are for everything that we do in this town. Regardless of whether it's the committee I'm on or other committees, whether it's the schools, it doesn't matter. They're here all the time for us. We have 3 HRIC members that were here. Shilpa was here. Karen Riesdorf. Where's Karen? Just wait. Yeah, is Isaiah here?
Just went to the library.
He's down at the library. Okay. I'm not going to mention all the people that were involved with the plan because I know I'd miss someone, but there's 2 that I really want to single out. Pastor Douglas on the Maple Street Church, and also the fabulous Lieutenant Rob Sullivan. Where is he? Okay. We were over at the Maple Street Church back in February celebrating Black Excellence Month. We were both standing in the doorway there near the end of the event, and I was standing with Rob and Pastor Douglas, and we looked at each other and said, you know, we probably should get started organizing Pride. It was like 4 months ago or 5 months ago. He said, yeah, it's going to be here before you know it. And boy, I'll tell you what, it is taking place today. And those 2 gentlemen did an outstanding job, along with all of our committee. Believe me, I know who you are. I know you're out there. I'm afraid I'm going to miss someone. So To the subcommittee, thank you very, very much for your efforts. It will be my pleasure to move away from the mic and give it back to Reverend Carol from the Universal.
Thanks, Paul. We're going to hear some remarks from some of our honored guests today. And the first person I'd like to call up is our town manager, Jill Cahill.
Good afternoon. Hi. Nice to see everybody. I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate Pride with all of you and honored to be here as your new town manager. Thank you so much for choosing me, select board members. This is an incredible community and I can't wait to dive in. Paul, no one thanked you yet, so let's make sure we give Paul a big round of applause. Thank you for also meeting people. I would definitely miss somebody. I think my role here today is really just to express to you how important it is to me that everyone in this community feels free and welcome to live their true, authentic lives. And I see that as part of my role here is to make sure that we are a community that welcomes everybody and that the leadership of this community and our committees reflect the people who live here. So my real call to you today is get involved, please. We have lots of volunteer opportunities. We work closely, I'll be working closely with the HRIC and lots of other committees. But what I think every community needs is the people in the community to get involved, volunteer, serve on these important boards and committees. You saw you have incredible leadership here, but it would be great to see a more diverse group of people that really reflect the population here in Danvers. So please come visit us at Town Hall. I want to hear from you. Jen and I are working on some community roundtables, so I'll be out in the community all summer long on Thursday nights. So please, I want to hear from you. I want to get to know you. I really want to be a part of this community, and hope that you guys all enjoy Pride and celebrate this month. And love wins. So thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Next, we're going to hear from our Senator Joan Lovely. Come on up, Joan.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. It is afternoon, and the weather is holding for us, so that's just wonderful. On behalf of myself and Representative Kearns, who couldn't be here today, she would be if she could. I just want to say, bring our greetings from the legislature and just say thank you to this community, the community of Danvers, to the HRIC committee, and to everyone who's here today to celebrate Pride. I feel so fortunate to represent this really charming community and all of the people in it. You show your pride in this community and for this month every single day. And I'm just so grateful to all of you. And I did bring a citation, surprise, to recognize the Grand Marshal today. And I want to present this on behalf of both myself and Representative Kearns. You don't need to get up. Stay seated, please. Thank you. You're good. You're the Grand Marshal. I didn't know that. Well, we're recognizing it today, right now. And I'd like to read this. These are official. Commonwealth of Massachusetts State Senate, official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate and House of Representatives hereby extends its congratulations to the Honorable David Mills. In recognition of being an institution in the town of Danvers and always proudly advocating for and protecting members of the LGBTQIA+ community, and to be the Grand Marshal today to honor this. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation is signed by the President and attested by our clerk, It is signed by a president, and it is offered by myself and Representative Carnes. Thank you, David, for all you do for this community, your public service, your entire life. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Senator Lovely, and I appreciate you bringing greetings from Representative Sally Kearns as well, representing Danvers.
Oh, I want to, you can see.
So, as mentioned, Representative Sally Kearns did want to be here today and was unable to make it. She was planning on it.
Jim
So,
Simon,
as
hi,
we
how
mentioned
are you?
earlier, Lieutenant Rob Sullivan is willing to step in and help out. So he's going to be introducing our guest of honor, David Mills. And Lieutenant Rob, come on up and say a few words.
This is my chance to do this first.
Bump up the volume.
No, it's good.
The category is pride. Had I known I was going to be speaking at least for a state representative, I would have dressed better today. Directly from setting up at the library. Forgive my appearance. My name is Rob Sullivan, Police Department Liaison to the Human Rights and Inclusion Committee. Today I have the distinct pleasure to introduce our guest of honor and Grand Marshal, the Honorable David A. Mills. I first began working closely with Judge Mills in 2019 when I was appointed as the department's liaison to the HRIC. Judge Mills, who was among the founding members of the committee, was serving as the liaison to the select board at that time. Judge Mills' career has truly been a lifetime service to others. As an assistant district attorney and assistant attorney general, he worked to ensure victims' rights were represented. In private practice, he concentrated his services for people in trouble, working to ensure people's rights were represented. As an associate justice of the appellate court, he worked to ensure the lower courts had fairly and properly administrated justice in their decisions. Judge Mills has argued 3 cases before the United States Supreme Court. Those cases were to see that an individual's rights were protected. In Donnelly versus Di Cristofano in 1974, a first-degree murder case was brought after a prosecutor made improper comments to the jury before closing arguments. In Castorelli versus Massachusetts in 1975, a case was brought because at that time the Boston Municipal Court did not allow trials by jury in certain circumstances. And then finally, in 1980, a second case involving a murder charge was brought after evidence against the accused was allowed to be presented at trial from the search warrant based on statements that were suppressed. In each of these cases, Judge Mills' party prevailed. I don't know if people know this or not, but you can actually hear the recordings of Judge Mills as he argues these cases in front of the Supreme Court. I listened to them yesterday and today. Outside of the court, David has worked in mediation and arbitration, helping people resolve issues or disputes instead of going through a lengthy court process. He also served as a commissioner on the State Ethics Committee, a hearing examiner for the Board of Bar Overseers, and was appointed by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Judicial Court to a special legislative committee to study health and safety of LGBTQ+ persons in Massachusetts custody. Here locally, Judge Mills has served as a select board member, town meeting moderator, and town meeting member. It must be a truly great thing, David, to know the true meaning of helping others, making a positive impact in people's lives, even in the most challenging and difficult part of their lives. Even to this day, Judge Mills still works to make people's lives better. I remember when he came to the police station in 2019, he was standing in our front lobby with a pride flag. He asked Chief Ambrose if he would allow the flag to be flown at the police station. We all watched as the judge and the chief raised the flag. Albeit that first year we did put it upside down. We figured it out and we fixed it.
Every year since, we've had a flag raising at the police station, which has grown into our very own little mini celebration or kickoff to Pride. Judge Mills, we were able to do this because of you. Even this week, when at the last minute we wanted to get a new flag for our flag raising today, all the calls from me in Town Hall to Judge Mills, who said, of course, very promptly, he replied that he had several priorities. Judge Mills obviously has an accomplished and rich career, but sometimes it's the little things that can have the most impact on someone. It's the little things that can bring about change in a community like Danvers. Anytime that I call Judge Mills, I always get the same reply. He says, Rob, you tell me what you need, what time and where to be, and I will be there. It's that simple. Imagine the progress we could make together if we all gave this reply each time we were asked to do something for somebody else. Imagine the impact we could have on our community. I will end with the only thing that Judge Mills has ever asked of me. He would tell me over coffee at McDonald's that, Rob, Danvers is not a safe place for LGBTQ plus people. I have friends who are lesbians and they are afraid to walk in Danvers Square holding hands. So, Judge Mills, I want to assure you that I, the police department, the Human Rights and Inclusion Committee, and I hope everyone here today will continue this fight for you. And as we carry out this fight, I hope we all reply just like Judge Mills would. Just tell me what you need, when and where to be, and I will be there. Please join me in giving a warm welcome and round of applause to Judge David A. Mills.
Know that I was the Grand Marshal. And Rob, they put an amazing. Did anyone go to the police station on Thursday? And staff and Rob and the police department of the town of Danvers, you are unique in Massachusetts. And wow, you are really terrific. And a great leadership. We just met, and we spent all night together. I got up at 6:15 this morning to write a couple of remarks. It'll be maybe 30 or 40 minutes. Maureen called me first. She called me first thing to find out where we were going to be today. And I said, I'll take you to the food truck as soon as it's over. I was going to say thank you to Senator Lovely for being here, but she's always here. So it's like, thank you for the human presence in the town. You are so, so loyal to us. And to Jill, I was going to say welcome to Jill. All my friends in Gloucester were mad at me because we stole you down here in Danvers. But it's terribly important that we be here together. This morning, Wayne was. Steve Bartha was a moral compass for 12 years here, and I'm sure you'll do the same thing. So I do have the privilege of welcoming you, because you haven't been here all the time yet. The board members, people who I love and who have loved and support me. I'm thinking of David McKenna, who I don't see this morning, who was the principal mover for the Diversity Committee more than 30 years ago. I remember Wayne, who has now passed, who supported us. Susan Madison Fletcher. Do people remember Susan? God rest her. She was the single person from the town who invested herself in this gay pride event and in human rights and inclusion and everything else, I might add. Thank you, Susan. Steve Bartha was indeed and continues to be a moral compass for us. I'm David. I live there. I've lived there 56 years. My mother was from Danvers Port, one of 10 kids. They were wharf rats. Where's Louis George? His father and I were wharf rats too. And she was one of 10 children of Polish immigrants who were laughed at because English was their second language. And while our Pride Month focuses on LGBT issues, we do not forget our Jewish people, our Asian people, our single mothers, our poor people, all of the categories of citizens and people who can be looked down upon by those who are in power and have things. So we are a committee for everyone. I'm a triple minority. I'm a celibate gay man. I didn't choose that. I wanted to have a wife or a husband. And so I ended up with about 30,000 of your children. Thank you very much for loaning them to me through the years. Dan Bauer is doing a great job with his department of taking care of them. But I've got to tell you, for all of the years that I've been here, and I'll be 83, and as you can see, I walk with a cane, so I guess I'm disabled. So I'm one of the 3 minorities. I still, to this day, when I walk into the town hall, I have a fantasy from years of terror that someone is going to come to say to me at the door, fags are no longer welcome here. I'm sorry, you've done kind of a good job, but you can't come in here anymore. I still feel it at 82 and a half years old. I am mindful of statistics. It is universally recognized now that 7.1%, it's all over the Google if you want to check it, people in the United States identify as lesbian or gay. That doesn't include their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, their brothers, and their neighbors, and all of the other people who are part of the squirm and the hurt and the fear and the confusion that still is all around what it is to be a gay person. I'm mindful that the entering class in Boston College Law School where I went, this blew my mind when I read it a couple of days. A third of the entering class identifies as LGBTQ or ally. I think that's amazing. I don't think it's just my law school. I think that young people are getting it. I'm mindful of gay flags in Danvers. I put mine up across the street 7 years ago, and I didn't dare to do it till I was 75 years old. If you look at the churches in Danvers now, we have 4 churches with either a ribbon of rainbow, always coupled with a welcome. Tragically, the Church of my Polish-Irish condition still labels me and many of you as intrinsically disordered. Makes me furious that my mother and father died believing that they had sired. One of their children was intrinsically disordered and disqualified from the full human experience. That goes on and on. It makes me mad. The good stuff. Growing up in Danvers, we had the Danvers Fishing Game Club. We had a rifle range under Tompkins Furniture on Saturday nights. We fished in the mill pond. The summer recreation program was great, and it still is great. It was a wonderful thing. It was for me, and I loved it. And I had a job at Vic's Drive-In, and all of 114 that's all covered with cars was covered with cabbage and blue Hubbard squash. It was all farms. And where the Liberty Tree Mall made its entry in 1972, that was the Mrs. Farm where I learned how to milk a cow and saw little calves being born and before that. A point that I want to just make, and I'll shut up, for the committee and for the people who are here who obviously support the Human Rights and Inclusion Committee. I was at a meeting within the last month. It was a festive meeting, and a very lovely woman, probably in her late 50s, whispered, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Of course you can talk to me." And so I got down and I had to kind of bend down to listen to her. She said, "Thank you for all that you do for lesbian and gay people in Danvers." I said, "Well, that's interesting." I said, "Why do you say that?" She said, "Well, my wife is at home because she has cancer. And we live in the same house where I was brought up. And I've been in Danvers for so many years, and we put 2 children through school." And I said, "Can I ask you a personal question?" I said, "Do you feel safe walking, holding hands with your wife in Danvers Square?" 7 seconds of silence, and she said, "You're out of your mind." There are 2,000 or more lesbian or gay people in Danvers. Can you name 3? It takes a long time to get the courage to be visible. It comes through visibility like this, welcome like this, and the work of the commission that goes on and on and on with the help of everybody else who will come out for something like this. I'm particularly grateful to Dan Bennett and Gardner Trask and DeJoko, who recently voted to support the Human Rights Campaign. I also want to note that Dan Bennett and Gardner Trask joined with Billy Clark and Diane Langley and David McKenna years ago at the beginning of the Diversity Committee. They have been there from the beginning when it was not fashionable to be gay friendly. And apparently it is more fashionable today because of all of you and our committee's work. But also to have the leadership of the school superintendent, the chief of police, the town manager, all the people of political power in the community to support us. It makes all the difference in the world. So I didn't know I was Grand Marshal. I think this is very nice. I like it. Paul, you're a wonderful neighbor and friend. And I would like to thank and hug every person in the Caroline's job. And
We want you to stay up here.
we're going to have another raffle. So just stand by. It's going to be more trivia. Okay?
No, I want to actually invite, so sorry guys. I want to invite Gardner Trask to come on up, and he has a gift for you.
I've never been able to accept a gift up until now. Oh, now I can.
So I hope you'll indulge us. I know all of you are David's friends, but a select group of us who've worked with him very closely recently got together, and at a recent event, we had a Pride for Arts event, and M. Cherie, are you? Oh, you're right there. You got up here right away. M. Cherie was one of the artists at the Pride for Arts event. Sally and I co-sponsored it and raised money for the Human Rights and Inclusion. And we were inspired by her art. And so we actually commissioned M. Cherie to do something for you. And we'd like to offer it to you just because we appreciate so much that you've gone through in your life, the leadership, the guidance. You're a guiding light. When they talk about standing on the shoulders of giants, you're one of them. So I saw this for the first time just 10 minutes before the event. I'm ready to cry. But I want to offer the other friends an opportunity to say something to you as well, and I'll get it ready while they talk. Anybody wants to talk? Amy?
I just want to thank you, David, for being who you are and for standing up for our community and being the stone that was thrown in the pond that created the ripples that allowed for an event like this today. I know we don't know each other well, but I carry your story with me, and I think about growing up here in this town and how many classmates I had that did not feel safe, that left this community, that are wonderful people because it was not a safe place to be. And I feel inspired to continue to do your work and to carry this torch forward. And I want to thank you for being a voice, a brave voice, for everybody out here so that they can live their own authentic selves, be their own authentic selves and live their own lives. So thank you so much. Hi, David. Something that really sticks out in my mind, David, is when we had that community discussion after the Blue Line flag controversy. And I sat in the field house during COVID. We were all 6 feet apart from each other. And you told your story. And I had tears just falling down my face. And ever since that moment, that was really my introduction to you. I grew up in Danvers. I came back, and it took me a little bit to get back involved in things. But that right there, like Amy said, you are an absolute inspiration. You are the trailblazer in this town that made all of this possible. And I just am very, very grateful, because I would love to continue your work along with all of these people, and I thank you. I know. I would love to continue the work that you set out for us. We would not be here without you. We would not be here, so thank you very much.
All right. Hi, David. How are you? I'll keep it brief. I was a selectman back in 2001, so I've been involved for quite some time. I knew David's father actually when I first started. Yeah. So one personal thing. So I drag my kids to the meetings occasionally. The meeting Lisa was talking about at the field house. I have a gay daughter, and she told me this is the first time she heard of somebody in this position in Danvers who talked freely about the being gay, and how difficult it is in town. I didn't realize it was that difficult because, as most of you probably know, I'm pretty liberal. So the idea that it was difficult for her and I not having a role model in a higher up place in Danvers, because she has seen me for years being involved in meetings, watching meetings, going to meetings, occasionally drag them. No one ever talked about it like that, and that really was important to her. So thank you so much.
So if you'll go, Sheree, if you'll go over, we gave Sheree free reign to apply her talents, and this is for you. So thank you all. I'll turn it back to our MC.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I certainly want to protect this painting from the weather. So if folks want to maybe relocate it, we are going to be using this pride flag for the pride flag raising, though, in just a moment. Is that true? Oh yeah, actually no, we can use this as the cover. Okay, and there's our flag for the flag raising. All right. So, what a joy to hear all these words of celebration and appreciation for David's role in our town over the years. We're gonna move towards raising the flag here, and that the pride flag is going to be flying at Town Hall all month, representing more than identity, representing dignity, and being treated as worthy of respect. This flag doesn't just represent identity; it also represents dignity and survival. As we mentioned earlier in trivia, the first Pride was not a party, but it was a riot against laws that criminalized gay and transgender people for the clothing that they wore and who they loved. What do we think of that? Yeah, let me hear that a little louder. Thanks. that was a riot against a society that was allowing the criminalization and the discrimination to happen to gay and trans and non-binary people. So when we raise this flag, it is also a representation of people who fought for justice, people who took the risk to be visible, and those who are still fighting to be seen and respected. This fight is very much alive. So the Progress Pride flag asks us to witness the lives and leadership of some particular groups of people. So as we get ready to raise the flag, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it, but I'm going to invite our flag raisers to head on over to the flagpole. Rob's got the flag ready. So the Honorable David Mills and our town manager Jill Cahill will be raising the flag. So if you want to turn your attention to our flagpole opposite the podium, opposite the town hall. So as you know, that rainbow of colors represents diversity. And the flag that we're raising today is called the Progress Pride flag. It includes an arrow with the colors brown, black, pink, light blue, and white. It's asking us to witness the lives and leadership of people of color and transgender, non-binary, and gender-expansive people. The arrow being a symbol of progress, and the colors together representing unity. This flag is also a reminder that the progress that our trailblazers have won is in our hands. It's up to us to keep us safe. And we do this when we gather and create affirming spaces in our town, in our schools, in our religious communities, and in our workplaces. We do this when we're vocal allies for the safety of trans and non-binary young people, for LGBTQIA+ immigrants, and for laws that protect marriage equality and gender-affirming healthcare for all. We raise this flag not just for the LGBTQ community, but for the values of compassion, justice, and respect for all people in Danvers and beyond. Let's let up a cheer. The pride flag is lifted. And now, my friends, it's time for a party. This year we're gonna invite you to take part in a pride walk all together down to the library lawn. We are gonna head down in a group, if you're so willing, and we're gonna head down in this direction towards Peabody Street, and then we're gonna follow the gator cart that is beautifully decorated up front. So if you want to join in the walk and you didn't come forward and get bubbles and streamers, now's your chance. But don't head on down to the library if you want to be part of the walk. Wait for us to get the cart ready, and then we're going to head down Peabody Street.
I wonder if it was George.
I was the
White bus.